Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Cherry. In this video, we will learn about rational exponents and radicals. We will simplify expressions with rational exponents, and we will write expressions with rational exponents as radicals and vice versa. Ano ba ang rational exponents or expressions with rational exponents? I have here examples of expressions with rational exponents. I have here 5 raised to 1/3. Next is x raised to 2 over 5. Next is a raised to 1 over 5 times a raised to 2/3 and 4 raised to 2 over 7 over 4 raised to 1 over 7. Kung titignan natin ang mga expressions, makikita natin na ang kanilang exponents are in the form of fraction. So we have here 1/3, 2/5, 1/5, 2/3, 2 over 7, at saka 1 over 7. Kung ang exponent ay fractions, sila ay tinatawag na rational exponents. So these are examples of expressions with rational exponents. Ang expressions with rational exponents ay tinatawag din nating fractional exponents. Tandaan, ang exponent ng expression natin is fraction. Okay, let us have simplifying expressions with rational exponents. So, to simplify expressions with rational exponents, magagamit din natin yung mga laws of exponents for integral exponents. We have the first law as the product rule or product of powers. If we have x raised to m times x raised to n, this is equal to x raised to m plus n. Kung meron tayong parehas ang base, ang kanilang exponent ay pinag-a-add. Let us have example. 5 raised to 2/3 times 5 raised to 4 over 3. So, parehas ang base. Ang gagawin natin, pag-a-addin natin yung kanilang exponents. We have 5 raised to, so we add 2/3 and 4 over 3. Then simplify. 5 raised to, as you can see, yung ating exponent or fraction natin ay parehas ang denominator. Pag parehas ang denominator, we copy the denominator and then pinag-a-add natin yung numerator. So we have 2 plus 4 is 6 and then copy the same denominator. So we have 5 raised to 6 over 3. So 6 over 3 pwede pa nating isimplify. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we have 5 square. This is equal to 25. Ang 5 square, ang meaning niya ay 5 times 5, which is 25. The next law is the quotient rule or quotient of powers. We have x raised to m over x raised to n equals x raised to m minus n. Pag meron tayong quotient at parehas ang base, we copy the base and then we subtract the exponent. Example, 5 raised to 5 over 3 over 5 raised to 4 over 3. So we have the same base and then we subtract their exponents. So we have 5 over 3 minus 4 over 3. So since these are similar fractions, so we copy the denominator and then we subtract the numerator. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1 and then copy the denominator. So our answer is 5 raised to 1/3. Our next law is the power rule or the power of a power. If we have the quantity of x raised to m raised to n, this is equal to x raised to m times n. So, we have two powers. So, pinagmumultiply natin yung dalawang powers. Let's have example. X raised to 2/3 raised to 4. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, pagmumultiplyin natin yung powers na dalawa. So, we have x raised to 2/3 times 4. So, we have 2 times 4 is 8 over 3. So, our answer is x raised to 8 over 3. The next law is also power rule, but it is a power of a product. If we have the quantity of x times y raised to m, this is equal to x raised to m times y raised to m. So, yung dalawa nating factors, parehas silang magre-raise dito sa ating exponent na nasa labas. Okay, for example, we have the quantity of x squared times y raised to 1/2. So, we have, x squared, yun yung una nating factor dito sa loob, and then, multiply natin sa power sa labas or exponent sa labas, which is 1/2. So, we have 2 times 1/2. And then, we have y. Ang exponent ni y is 1. So, 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. And then, we simplify. 2 times 1/2 is equal to 2 over 2 or simply 1. So, we have x and then y raised to 1/2. This is now our answer. For the last law, we have the power rule, power of a quotient. If we have the quantity of x over y raised to m, this is equal to x raised to m over y raised to m. So, yung quotient natin dito, meron siyang exponent. So, yung numerator, ang kanilang exponent, imumultiply din natin sa exponent sa baba. And then, the same dito sa denominator, yung exponent niya dito sa loob, imumultiply din natin sa exponent sa labas. Okay, for example, we have the quantity of x over y raised to 2/3. This is equal to x. So, ang exponent dito is 1. So, times 2/3. So, we have 2/3 over y. So, ang exponent dito is 1 times 2/3, that is 2/3. Okay, let us have more examples. Let's simplify each expression. Number 1, b raised to 1/3 over b raised to 4 over 3. So, this is a quotient. Let's apply the quotient rule. So, the same base, pagmaminusin natin yung kanilang exponent. We have b raised to 1/3 minus 4 over 3. So, we have, since the same ang kanilang denominator, we copy the denominator and then, pagmaminusin natin yung numerator. 1 minus 4, that is negative 3. Then, we simplify negative 3 over 3, that is equal to negative 1. So, we have b raised to negative 1. So, since negative exponent pa to, we can simplify. Applying the definition of negative exponent, kukunin natin yung reciprocal ng ating base and then get the positive opposite of the power. So, we have 1 over b. So, since ang negative 1 magiging positive 1 na dito. So, 1 over b pa rin yung ating answer. Number 2, we have the quantity of 3 times a raised to 3 over 2 times the quantity of negative 7 times a raised to 1 over 5. Ayan. So, paano natin isosolve ito or isi-simplify? So, pagmumultiplyin natin yung numerical coefficient, si 3 at saka si negative 7, and then we multiply the variables. So, parehas yung kanilang base, then applying the product rule, so we have to other exponents. So we have 3 times negative 7, and then a raised to 3 over 2 plus 1 over 5. We have 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. And then, magkaiba yung kanilang denominator. So, these are dissimilar fractions. So, kunin natin yung least common multiple ng denominator. So, 2 and 5, ang least common multiple nila is 10. And then, we divide 10 divided by 2, that is 5 times 3, nakuha yung 15. And then 10 divided by 5, that is 2, times 1, so nakuha natin yung 2. And then we simplify, we have negative 21, a raised to 15 plus 2 is 17 over 10. So hindi na natin to may simplify. So this is our final answer. Let us now proceed to radical. So, I have here the symbol nth root of x raised to m. So, this is an example of radical expression or radical. So, mapapansin niyo dito sa ating expression, so meron tayong symbol na ito. Ito ay tinatawag natin na radical symbol. And then, yung n ay tinatawag natin na index or order. So, ang index or order, so, it indicates the degree of the radical. So, pinapakita niya yung degree ng radical. Pwedeng yan ay square root, cube root, fourth root, and so on and so forth. And then, yung x raised to m, yan ay tinatawag nating radicand. So, siya yung nasa loob ng radical symbol natin. At yung m, yun yung tinatawag nating exponent or power ng ating radicand. Let us have example of a radical expression. We have here the cube root of 27 squared. So, this is our radical symbol. Yung 3, yung maliit na 3, that is our index or order. 27 squared is our radicand. And then yung 2 na maliit, that is our exponent or power. Okay, so alam na natin kung ano yung rational exponents at saka radicals. Now, we will write expressions with rational exponents as radicals. If m over n is a rational number and x is a positive real number, then x raised to m over n is equal to the nth root of x raised to m equals the quantity of nth root of x raised to m. So, kung meron tayong rational exponent, pwede natin siyang isulat as radicals. So, for example, we have 5 raised to 1/2. So, this is expression with rational exponent. Isusulat natin siya as radical. So, ang gagawin natin, yung numerator, siya yung magiging exponent ng ating base. At yung denominator, siya yung magiging index. So, dito sa ating example, ang ating denominator is 2. So, yun yung ating magiging index. And then yung 1, yun yung magiging exponent ng ating base na 5. So, we have equals square root of 5 raised to 1. Okay, remember, kung ang ating index is 2, hindi na natin isinusulat yung 2. So, yun na ay, alam na natin na yun na ay 2 or square root. And then, kapag ang exponent ay 1, hindi na rin natin siya sinusulat. So, understood na yun. Tandaan, kapag wala kayong nakikitang index dito, that is 2. And kapag wala tayong exponent dito na nakikita, that is 1. So, 5 raised to 1 half in rational exponent. So, this is equal to square root of 5. So, ito yung kanyang radical form. Okay, let's write the given expression in radical form. Number 1, z raised to 3 over 4. So, this is expression with rational exponent. So, gagawin natin siyang radical form. Laging tandaan na yung ating denominator, siya yung magiging index, and then the numerator will be the exponent of our base. So, this is equal to the 4th root of z cubed. So, yung 4 galing dun sa ating denominator. Yung ating numerator, siya yung magiging exponent ng ating base na z. Or, pwede rin siyang the quantity of 4th root of z raised to 3. Number 2, we have x raised to negative 2/3. Okay, so meron tayong negative exponent. Apply muna natin yung definition ng negative exponent. Kunin natin yung reciprocal ng x, that is 1 over x. Then, magiging positive exponent na siya, 2/3. This is an expression of with rational exponent. So, this is equal to 1 over. So, yung 3, denominator, magiging index. And then, yung numerator na 2, siya yung magiging exponent ng ating base. Or, this is equal to 1 over cube root, the quantity of cube root of x squared. Okay, next, we have the quantity of a squared plus b squared raised to 1 over 2. Okay, so meron tayo ditong parenthesis. Ibig sabihin, ang may exponent ng 1/2 ay itong ating binomial na a squared plus b squared. Okay, so in radical form, this is equal to, so 2 yung ating denominator. So we have square root of, and then this is our base, a squared plus b squared. So since ang numerator ay 1, so hindi na natin ilalagay yung 1. This is now our answer. Okay, let us now write the given radical expression to exponential form. So, baliktad naman to. Mula naman sa radical form, so gagawin naman natin siyang exponential form. Okay, so number 1, we have the square root of 7. Okay, so laging tandaan na yung ating index, siya yung magiging denominator, and then yung exponent ng ating, nandito sa loob ng ating radical symbol, yun yung magiging numerator. So, we have square root of 7 raised to 1. So, since wala tayong nakikitang index dito, so understood na yun ay 2. And then, ang exponent nito is 1. So, we have 7 raised to, yung exponent, siya yung magiging numerator, yung index, siya yung magiging denominator ng ating exponent. So, ang square root ng 7 is a radical expression. Ang kanyang exponential form is 7 raised to 1/2. Number 2, we have the square root of the quantity of 6 times m times n raised to cube. Okay, so, ano ang ating index? So, we have 2 here. Ang ating exponent is 3. So, yung 3 magiging numerator, yung index magiging denominator. So, we have the quantity of 6mn raised to 3 over 2. So, this is the exponential form. Number 3, we have the quantity of 9 times k times the cube root of k squared. So, ang meron tayong radical ay itong expression na to. So, kokopyahin lang natin yung 9k. So, yung exponent na 2, siya yung magiging numerator. Yung index, siya yung magiging denominator. So, we have 9k times k raised to 2 over 3. Okay, so meron pa tayo ditong k. The same ang base, pwede natin itong i-simplify. Apply natin yung product rule. I-add natin yung exponent nila. Okay, so we have 9 times k. Ang exponent ng k is 1. So, i-add natin dito sa exponent ng another k which is 2/3. So, we have, okay, paano natin nakuha yung 5 over 3? So, we have 3 times 1, that is 3. I-add natin dito, that is 5. Over, copy natin itong denominator. So, this is now our final answer. 9k raised to 5 over 3. Okay, that's the end of our tutorial. Before I end this video, I would like to say a simple quotation. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who want to get things done and those who don't want to make mistakes. That is from John Maxwell. Thank you so much. Keep safe and have a great day.